Hey everyone, it's Robert from On My Turntable. Hope you're having a great day today. It's Monday afternoon. Um, Beautiful day out there today, from what I saw of it. Just got home from work not too long ago. Want to start a new series, um, not just because everyone else is. I've been thinking about this for a while. Just coincidentally, it lines up with what everyone else seems to be doing. But and it's not going to be every day. It's going to be maybe once a week, as I want to still continue my Albs to Discover series through Discog Shuffle. I'm really having a good time with that. And I've got one on the go maybe tomorrow. I've got the J Gauze Band Showtime, the great live album by them, as well as some of their albums that I have in my discography. But this one's going to be um, perhaps a trip down memory lane. This day in rock and roll history, something like that. Haven't exactly decided what I'm going to call it, but it's mainly I thought of it as today is the death of the great Glen Frey, the anniversary of the death, who died, hard to believe, 2016 on this day. So long ago, but it just seems like yesterday. Huge, huge star, huge band, so many hits. Um, uh, you know, Excellent band member, singer, songwriter, performer, solo artist, actor as well. He did it all. So want to honor him by including him on today, as well as a few other events. I don't want to go nuts with these events. I've got four events that happened on this particular day, and I'll talk about them and throw some. There's one that's a little humorous, but at the same time, a gem that I discovered from this event that happened as well. So I think I'll just call it This Day in Rock History and keep it at, say, 4 or 5. It also has to be albums that I have in my discography or bands that I have in my discography. I don't want to show something um, that I don't have. That's not the point of showing off your albums, or letting you guys perhaps discover an album that you're not aware of and that type of thing. So that's what I plan on doing. So let's get it started. Try not to make this too long as well. But so in 1974, um, from this great band, Free. This is an amazing album. It really, really is. Um, you've got Mr. Paul Rogers and Simon Kirke. I'm pretty sure that's Simon Kirke there. Drummer, obviously lead singer. Um, and this particular album, if you're not familiar with it, it's called Fire and Water. Third album by the band. It was their breakthrough album as well. It really is. All Right Now is a huge hit off of this one. You got Mr. Paul Rogers on vocals. You got Paul Kessoff on lead guitar and rhythm guitar. You've got Andy Fraser on bass and Simon Kirke on drums. So Simon and Paul Rogers leave Free to join up with Mick Ralph from Mott the Hoople. This is another great album as well. This is Mott by Mott the Hoople. So Mott is the sixth studio album by the band. All the Way from Texas is a single off of that one. You've got Ian Hunter on lead vocals, piano, acoustic guitar. You got Mick Ralphs on lead guitar, Pete Watts on bass, and Dale Griffin on drums. So now you've got Paul Rogers, you got Simon Kirke, you got Mick Ralph, and then finally the fourth member off of this amazing band, King Crimson. I just picked this up on Thursday or Friday. Sorry. This is Islands. It's amazing. It really is. Takes a couple listens. Definitely takes a couple listens. But what an album. So, Islands, 1971 release. You've got Robert Fripp on guitar, Peter Sunfield on lyrics and sounds and visuals. I'm not sure what that means. Mel Collins on sax and flute, Ian Wallace on drums, and Boz Burrell on bass and lead vocals. So Boz Burrell joins Freeze, Paul Rodgers, and Simon Kirke and Mott the Hooples, Mick Ralph, to form Bad Company. So Bad Company was formed in 1974. This is not their debut album. This is the only album I have by Bad Company. But it's a great album just the same. This is Burnin' Sky. Burnin' Sky, it's a great, great album. Where's my notes here? 1977 release, 4th studio album. Big hit is the title track, Burnin' Sky. You got Paul Rodgers on vocals and guitar now. You got Mick Ralphs on guitar and keyboards. You got Simon Kirke on drums, and Boz Burrell is bass. So from these three amazing bands, they formed the supergroup in 1974 on today's date, called Bad Company. Amazing, amazing stuff. In 1980, this little gem of an album, 1979's The Wall, and I thought I had a vinyl version of this. I looked and looked and looked. Can't find it. Anyway, I've got this on remastered CD. I also have a live version of the album. This is The Wall Live. Is There Anybody Out There? 1980, 1981. So the album itself in 1980 hits #1. So within a year of release, it hits #1. Of course, huge, huge hits off of this album. It's a rock opera, pretty much. Yeah, it's a great, great album. I love it. Some people say it's not their best. I'm not saying it's their best either, but it's right up there with some of their best for sure. So that happened in 1980. So I mentioned a gem of an album. And I had this in my collection. This was an album that was given free, and I never paid any attention to it. But when I was looking up events that happened on today's date, this person's name came up, doing what she's famous for doing. And I recall that I had an album by her, so I gave it a listen. I went on Spotify and couldn't find it on Spotify, but I found it on YouTube. It's a damn good album. It's really good. So in 1981, punk rocker Wendy O Williams was arrested for obscenities on stage in Oklahoma. Go figure. She was later cleared of those events, or those crimes, if you want to call it. But she was known for that type of thing. She was a singer, songwriter, actress as well, and lead singer of the punk band Plasmatics. I should have included this in the recent contest that by Chris Prophy and Ron Haggerty, Show Your Punk Bands, but I never even thought of the album until today. So she was famous for her on-stage antics, nudity, exploding equipment, shotguns on stage, chainsaw guitars. But unfortunately, she died of suicide in 1998. She was also nominated from this particular album, Wow, for Best Female Rock Performer um, in 1985, which is remarkable. Um, she she not only acted in mainstream, she was also in porn movies and that type of thing. Um, she was quite the unique character, but unfortunately committed suicide in 1998 by depression, with depression. So again, so Wow, debut album by her, and I was blown away by it. It's an amazing friggin' album. It's a hard rock album. It's not a punk album by any means. It's really friggin' good. It is good. Um, I don't know what makes it good, perhaps, and whether you like them or don't like them. It was mostly members of Kiss that not only produced the album but performed on the album. Perhaps that put it over the edge. I'm not sure. Gene Simmons helped her get started with a solo career. He offered to produce the album because she was still under contract with the Plasmatics, with the record company. So he then recruited most of the members of Kiss on the album. So it gives a hard rock edge to the album for sure. So you've got her band is Wes Beach on rhythm guitar, lead guitar on It's My Life, Michael Ray on lead guitar, Reginald Van Helsing on bass guitar, and T.C. Tolliver on drums. But the special guests, you've got Ace Frehley on lead guitar and Bump and Grind. You got Paul Stanley guitar on Ready to Rock, Eric Carr drums on Legends Never Die. And again, as I said, produced by Gene Simmons. So yeah, it's a hidden gem. And again, it was just one that was sitting in my W's, and I never paid any attention to it till today. But I'll definitely give it another listen. So that was the event that happened in 1981. That she was arrested for her stage antics. And then finally, what encouraged me to do this is the anniversary of a great singer-songwriter, performer, Mr. Glen Frey. Passed away, as I said, on this day in 2016. Co-founder of the Eagles, and a member of the Eagles from 1971 to 1980, and then, of course, with all the reunion tours. The Eagles, of course, one of the most successful bands of that era. He co-wrote or wrote so many huge hits for the band. You got Take It Easy, Peaceful Easy Feeling, Tequila Sunrise, Already Gone, Lion Eyes, New Kid in Town, and Heartache Tonight. He was more of the countrified end of it, I think, where Don Henley was more of the ballady, harder-edged sound. Of course, you've got super talent within the band as well to give them a wide range of sounds. But Glen Frey's was more easy listening country tunes, but great tunes on their own for sure. He had a successful solo career in the 80s as well, and he also did some acting during his lifetime. The Eagles started out actually as a backup band for Linda Ronstadt, which I could have showed a couple of her albums, but I didn't. He was on shows like Miami Vice and movies like Let's Get Harry, and a small role in Jerry Maguire, a huge hit in that era. I can't remember when that movie came out, but I remember his small part in there. And just some of the albums and discographies I have by the band. I only have 3 vinyls. I have Eagles The Long Run, and one of my favorites, One of These Nights. Love that cover. And probably one of the most successful greatest hits albums ever is the Eagles' Greatest Hits. So many huge hits off of this one. If you don't know the Eagles, this is a place to get started for sure. And then I have this great box set, studio albums by the Eagles, 1972 to 1979, featuring all their albums. So this is their debut album, The Eagles. Then you've got Desperado. Then you got On the Border. And another copy of One of These Nights. There's Mr. Frey there in the middle. And a hugely successful Hotel California. And another copy of The Long Run. So yeah, sad day today with the loss of a huge artist like that. But unfortunately, those things happen. So yeah, I want to continue this series. I hope that was a cool thing to do. And next week it could be a whole new day. It will be a whole new day. I'll have to see what events are happening on any particular day to do it, and see what I can come up with. So anyway, thanks very much, guys. I love everyone. You guys are amazing, and we'll talk to you again soon. Take care.